Casey Ship here, creator of Hot Moms Lifestyle Podcast. This one's going to be tricky. It's called Grateful or Spiritual Bypassing. Being grateful or spiritual bypassing. My podcast is all about holistic health, fitness, weight loss. But really, we ain't trying to. I love this. I heard a student say this. I can't take the credit. She was like, I'm not trying to lose weight because when you lose things, you could find it. And she goes, I ain't trying to find that shit no more. I was like, that is so good. That is so good. But anyway, I saw this reel on Instagram. And listen, this is going to trigger a lot of people, but I think that's what I'm here for. I'm here to trigger you into greatness because I also heard this by Osho. And he says, one guy goes, you make a lot of people uncomfortable. And he goes, good. He said, people don't need consoling. He said, if they want to stay stuck, he said a word that I don't really feel comfortable saying, but ultimately, I'm not here to console you. I'm here to share. And if it triggers you, good, it's going to make you think. And a lot of you need to think because we're all so caught up in this paradigm where we don't question things. We're taught not to question things. And we just kind of are going with the status quo, social norms. And we look around and we're overweight. We're not healthy. Our relationships are suffering. We're in jobs we hate. We are low key abusing our children because we don't let them do what they want to do. And there's no freedom. And there's all this it's just horrible. But ultimately, that's why I'm here. And a lot of reasons of why women have autoimmune issues, low energy, thyroid issues is the root cause of feeling responsible, feeling like everything's on them and they have to do every little thing for other people. Like today, I saw a couple working out and they were kind of a middle-aged couple. I don't know, let's just say late 50s, early 60s. I live in Southern Florida where everybody retires. So there's a bunch of old fuckers here. Right. And I'm going to be an old fucker here. So whatever. It's Sarasota. So I'm down there working out with all the old people and I love it. But anyway, they come in there and I thought I heard her. They were both working out and she's busting her ass. I mean, like I wanted to look at her and go, listen, go girl. Like she's getting after it and doing her own workout. And I hear this motherfucker and I cuss a lot, by the way. So if you got a problem with that, just keep scrolling. Don't even look here. I am not for you. We don't play that shame game shit either over here. So hopefully if you're listening to the podcast, you ain't even about that, but whatever. So I thought I heard and I looked, I was like, oh my God, this guy, because I can't really say what I want to say. This guy, she's working out on her own. And he goes, she walks off, y'all. She walks off to the other side of the room to get her dumbbells. And he goes, how many reps is that? Like, how many reps am I on? And this guy looks very capable. Like he looks like matter of fact, maybe the breadwinner. Okay. Homie looks like he can drive a Rolls Royce. I'm just saying, and maybe not, maybe not, but he looks capable is what I'm saying. He goes, how many reps am I on? And she's like, oh, I'm 16, 17. I was like, oh, hell no. No. I think my housekeeper's one of my, well, who is she talking to? Like, I was just like, no. And then I go to the Waffle House because I am in the South, motherfucker. And I love the Waffle House. Waffle House is my favorite restaurant. And I'm sitting there. I hear a woman come in and a guy to accompany her. Guess what she says? Yep, the other leg. Yep, yep. Or like telling him how to get in the chair. And I'm looking at, and he's like perfectly capable. So what's this deal with women acting like men can't do shit? And did you know? And I teach this. It's called emasculation, castration. It's where you take their fucking nuts and you castrate them. And women wonder why men and patriarchy rules the fucking roost and why men treat them better, why men are this way and men don't know how to read their mind in minute. Because women are wounded. And we're going to have to wake the fuck up. Women are in their wounded state. They feel some of them feel really good. Like they like bitching about all the things they got to do about him. This was me. I can only speak this because I was the bitch. I would sit there and talk like, oh, I've got 3 kids. One of them's 40 and just always bitching about taking care of my husband, all this stuff. I was so wounded and weak. I had to keep my husband beat down because I didn't feel safe with a man. I was programmed that men were shit. Men were the bad guy. Men only wanted one thing. And then I hear things on the internet like, where's the good man? Where's the good woman at? Because the woman, a true woman in her divinity of goddessness, doesn't question because she has him. So we're going to learn about that in Relationship by Design. That's in the Bad Bitch Bundle membership. Okay. So I did. I saw it twice and I'm like, all right, this is good shit for my podcast because the whole reason I'm doing this podcast is because of this thankful thing and it's spiritual bypassing. And I just saw it because, I specialize in helping women get healthy. I specialize in helping women just be empowered because they're so not empowered, right? Because I've been there. And at the root issue of adrenal fatigue, thyroid issues, weight problems, it's toxic shame and toxic guilt. There's codependency. There's all these things that are in the way of the woman losing the weight. There's all the things in the way of why she can't get her hormones right, why she's bought program after program. And nobody thinks to look under this little nook and cranny. No, it's crazy on it's changing the game. More and more people are waking up to this way of getting healthy. Everybody wants to know how I did it. It's because I had to do this. I had to go and look and do all my deep, dark shadow work. And it's not fun. It is not fun to get triggered and be like, oh my God, that's me. Like, do you know what it feels like to look at all my old content? I'm probably going to look at this content and be so embarrassed as well. I was led by shame. If you look at all my old content, like all I did, it was shame. It was everything was shame based. Like I can't even, it's just crazy, but it's not crazy, right? So a lot of people right now, a lot of the autoimmune issues, a lot of the weight problems, it's not really a weight problem or that it's a shame problem. It's toxic guilt, toxic shame, because if we didn't feel that way and we truly were empowered and loved ourselves and saw the badassery inside of us, we wouldn't feel the need to take care of everybody and feel overburdened. I just posted this yesterday too and got some, sour faces. I said, guess what you're not responsible for? Your child's college fund and a wedding. You're not responsible. Matter of fact, it's not about you. Most parents do this. Well, I just want to provide this and I want to make sure my kids, right? It's all about you. It's all about you and how it makes you feel and look. Forget like retarding your children's growth and helping them feel capable, right? It's all about you. So not until we're able to look at this paradigm and all these things inside of us, like we're just going to keep on, repeating the same shit fucking cycles. But I'm here to talk to you women. I'm here to talk to you women because I know that the first of the year is coming up. Everybody right now is getting into chaos. Everybody's talking to toxic family members. And I got you covered. I've got your fucking back. How about empowerment? Not because they need to be punished, because me paying for my own car versus Skip or Daddy buying it, it feels good to me. Let me ask you, does it feel good when you can go in and buy your own Louis Vuitton bag? Like you just can buy it by yourself, or you need to go do something, to get it. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that's better, but like, how to go and get that money, which that is also getting that money. But, do you want to think like the Louis bag comes through your husband or your partner or whatever? Like it's empowering. It's empowering for you to buy it. It's not because I'm responsible and I just got to be punished. Now I got to buy everything for myself. If that's the case, there's so much inner child healing that needs to take place right here because you're still looking for somebody to come and save you. They ain't coming. You're the savior. Talking about Snow White waiting for the Prince Charming to kiss her, baby. You got to kiss yourself. You got to find you. And that's what I have done. I have found me, the part of me that died, the part of me that wanted to hide away, right? The part of me that caused the adrenal fatigue, which is self-hate, which had cystic acne. You see my scars? I still got scars from that shit. The part of me that was just doing all the right things, trying to get the body and the health and the success, but never fucking getting anywhere. And it came from my feminine wounds and shadows and all these parts of me that I was never, ever taught about: toxic shame and guilt, which leads me into this thankful thing and spiritual bypassing. This may trigger a lot of women because a lot of women are in this situation because there's a religion paradigm that creates this. A woman's place is having babies and behind the kitchen, all right? Being at home with the children. Now, if that's you, please be empowered by that because that is a very powerful position to be in. But when it's not by your choice, now we got a problem. So I saw this reel and it was this beautiful woman. She was a mom. She's in her little farmhouse and it's got like those reels with like music and it's got words on it. And it was saying, because she's a stay-at-home wife, as you could tell. And a lot of women just crave that. Like they dream about being a stay-at-home wife, usually because their moms were, or they just dream about this thing or whatever. You can be both. You can be a mom and or whatever else you want to be. But this video, she was doing laundry and she was doing the dishes and it was following her through and it was like, and it kind of looked sad. She kind of looked sad and it was like doing the dishes. And instead of thinking I need to do the dishes and be angry or whatever, thanking God that I have the dishes to do, and thanking God that, or thanking, our Lord, that I have a home to clean, and thanking the Lord that I have clothes to fold. Now, hear me out. I love being grateful because I have been homeless. I haven't had shit. I've lost everything material wise that you can think, probably more than most of the motherfuckers listening to this video. I lost my whole entire home last year in the fire. You know what I'm saying? I've lost it. Grew up. My mom was like poverty bitch. Grew up in the projects and shit. Real broke, poor mindset. Still getting out of that shit, honestly. And I've done well, and we're still that's that old poor bitch is in there sometimes, and we gotta like talk to her, sit down with her. So I'm not saying that it's not okay to, not be thankful for our stuff. Like, fuck yeah, man. Yeah, half of you. Yesterday, I was in one of my groups, the feminine group, and I said, "Tell me about your middle school days." One of them said, "I was so poor. We had so many kids. I was so poor. She didn't have the shoes they needed. Like even food was a problem." And she said, "I'll never forget getting a job and not even going to church because they were Mormon, and working instead so I could buy me a pair of $60 jeans." And her mom was talking about how she can't believe she spent that on that. But this lady to this day has an amazing life she created for herself, and she does not over hustle. Her and her husband do very well together. They have a son. They've got a house in Greece. She's lost 30 pounds. She's addressed her money trauma because it was still following her around. But she's thankful. She had that contrast. Like sometimes contrast, not having it and then having it's great. Like my body, I had to lose my body to really appreciate what I had. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you got to lose everything to appreciate it. You can just do the work and appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? But so going back to this post, she's talking about all this saying and, oh, thankful that she has the clothes to fold and her husband's out working and doing all the thing. And she's in her perfect little farmhouse and she's just looking like a housemaid, that kind of style. That's dreams to some women. But I can guarantee you, because I've worked with these women. Oh Lord, it's like low key. Well, I'll say it. They come in because I work with these women. Their hormones are fucking shot. They're not happy and they have stuck weight and all this stuff. And they're like living that life. It's spiritual bypassing, y'all. Let's just be thankful for what we have. What about how I feel about doing the laundry? What about my feelings? Did they fucking matter? Because if they don't, we just shove them down and we're taught to just be thankful. There comes the resentment. There comes the thyroid. There comes liver cancer. There comes gallbladder issues. Oh man, because you know what that resentment turns into? Anger of having to do every fucking thing yourself, but not letting yourself get angry. It's fighting the anger. I shouldn't feel angry. I shouldn't feel resentful. I shouldn't feel like this. It's like trying to run away from fear. It's all consuming when you try to constantly fight this opposing energy, but you should be thankful. You should be thankful for a house and you to clean, and you should be thankful for, whatever it is. But you got to wake the fuck up and understand the mind body soul connection, the emotional body. The emotional body is real. That's why mindset work alone doesn't kick it. That's why physical work alone doesn't kick it. You have to do the integrative work. So next time moving forward, start taking more breaths and just noticing when you start to go, let me be thankful for this. I hear you, but go back. Why are you trying to sell yourself on you just need to be thankful for it? You know what I'm saying? Like family, when you go around your family this week, thankful for the food, thankful for the family and the whatever, and you need to be thankful. Yeah, but what about the abuse when your dad walked into your room when you were little and he was drunk and he sexually abused you? But we're so thankful for the family that we're just grateful to be here and alive. Yeah. What about your mom though, when she asks you how much weight you've gained and just is doing mom stuff, but you're so thankful that she's still here? You feel me? Or do you understand where I'm going? A lot of you are running away right now. Some of you are listening. Thankful, just thankful to be together right now. Really? Is that really how you feel? Because I call bullshit. And that's why we're one of the most overprescribed populations for SSRIs, ADHD medication. We're overweight and overworked because nobody is emotionally integrated. We don't know these things. Okay. There's truth to all this. So the next time you're moving forward, you said, I am listening. Is this hitting home? Is this landing? Is this landing? Just be thankful. It's spiritual fucking bypassing. Just think this way. Just think this thought. How do you feel though? Because your body fucking knows. And that shit's going to manifest. Spiritual bypassing, y'all, did you know I went over this in our free community? Spirituality, whether you do crystals and fucking wear feathers in your ears or talk to Jesus, or you're in the Quran, you're Muslim, it doesn't matter. Religion and spirituality and yoga and all this shit is great, but it's very addictive. Feel unworthy? Let's go to Jesus and the Christian music. I'm so grateful he is live. Changes how you feel real quick, doesn't it? But what about the human? That's a lot to bite off, right? What about the human? Let me just do some yoga and let me just go work this out. Let me just go work out all this stuff. What about just sitting with your shit and crying because you're really fucking sad? Let me just be grateful. No, no, you no, no, nope, nope, nope. The human needs something right now. And sometimes, we're only getting older. Sometimes like we're gonna go out with some things. I'm not saying, but while we're here, there is a better way to experience this time space reality, this life. There is a better way. There's an easier way. And guess who likes to find easy ways? Even though I'm a hard worker, I like cheat codes. I love cheat codes. Say yes if you like cheat codes. But yeah, when I was very religious and running towards the church, and also diving into spiritualism and all the occult stuff, not cult, God Almighty, don't bring out the crosses and fire me, okay, or put me on fire. Occult, like Gnostic shit, all of it, until we get to the human, things just won't really change that much. I mean, that's just what it is. It's just what it is. And that's all I have to say about all of this. So this week, the Thanksgiving, please don't give thanks if it's not genuine. Oh, it is. I am thankful. But what about all the other stuff? And I'm not saying to harp and hang on this other stuff. I'm just sharing because I know I work with women, I help women. This is what I do. And they come to me to be freed of low self esteem that manifest into being overweight, workaholics that have everything on the outside, but they are running on empty. They have no energy, they have no libido, they feel like shit, they're living on caffeine, they're not present with their children. Like I've been all of those things. And so, yeah, I'm going to say this stuff. There's a balance to all of it. I'm not saying you got to do one or the other because some people will get addicted to the healing phase. I did that too. Hello, I come from addicts. Some people can get addicted to the healing and, oh, I'm so broken. No, 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 no. Sometimes you need to go at life, set the goals and go forward. Right. And then when something comes up, no one understand how to address the things. But when I saw that meme and that lady that was just like walking through her little farmhouse, being the little wife at home, and just everything about that was just she was bypassing her emotions. And I've worked with a lot of powerful, mentors, and that's what they'll teach. They teach you how to like outwork the emotion, outthink the emotion. And y'all, I'm telling you, every time that would still be hung up in my body. And not until I learned how to feel that emotion fully and not run from it, did it I start making gain. Everybody wants to know, Casey, how do you got this thing? How are you just, in this thing and here? How do you have this, what you have, and be how you be? All I can tell you is what I'm telling you right now. I learned a lot about emotional connection with myself. I learned about emotions. I learned about things that didn't feel good, triggers, and increasing my emotional intelligence. I learned about hormones. This is why in my program we do hormone therapy, and we get you on the right programs and the right training, and so that you can start processing what needs to be processed, or else you're just going to struggle with the same fucking 10 pounds, the same 30 pounds, the same. You're going to make money, not have money, make money, not have money, partners, relationships, on all the right things, but something's just not clicking. It's always, you're going to feel like there's just something missing until you get to the core of what I'm talking about. Like, what would happen if you just stopped hanging out with these people? What would happen if you stopped following certain social accounts that made you feel bad about yourself and started following beautiful landscapes and travel accounts and positive memes? You understand what I'm saying? So some of you got to recognize just being addicted to certain patterns. Like for me, there's been many, many times in my life where I would just keep attracting the same thing. But I was like, oh my God, this was just what you're used to. So don't do the same thing again. Okay, got it. Or, oh, wow, anytime this person calls you, it cords you to toxic guilt. So just fucking get that energy out of your life. Get it out of your life, set boundaries, and be done. It does not serve you. Be done. You are done. You are done. You are done. You are moving forward. Right. So I would say if you're in the program, go check out Macarios. I teach you how to do all this stuff. It's certain parts of our ego death, because our ego has served us well and it keeps us in these same familiar emotions. but it teaches you like how to properly let your ego die, and then how to be like how to create new patterns ultimately, but not bypassing, because I don't ever want anybody to do that. I used to get so pissed because sometimes there was that part of me and you and everybody that's like, no, I'm gonna fucking, I want you to know how miserable I am. That wretched part needs to die, but maybe also she can cry a little bit and yell and scream and do some sacred rage work, right? We're crazy here. And it goes great with the topic today of being thankful and spiritual bypass and shit. Okay, caseyship.com/register. Y'all go check that out. The training's there. There's an application on there. There's also, if you have any questions or don't know which way to go, don't spend your time doing it. You don't have a lot of that. Just DM me. My team, myself, will guide you on which direction to go. We'll ask you what specific challenge you're facing, what's going on, or you can just fill out the app, whatever works. So if something's coming up, then let's get your hormones done. A lot of it's just hormones. Hormones is the lens and how you see life. It's how you experience life. Let's get your hormones done. Learn how to properly think, how to learn about how to feel, what feelings you're feeling, navigate life, how to create life, get out of survival mode and actually turn into being a creator, step into your power, and really just you get on all that shit. You'll learn that you're gifted. It's a gift. All these things are a gift, and there's a reason why things get triggered at certain times. You'll be good to go. All right. So here we are. All right. Hot Moms Lifestyle Podcast. Those of you, we are doing giveaways. If you share any of the podcast episodes and just tag us or you could actually share my social media. We'd love you to share the podcast and just tag Casey Ship. You'll go in the drawing, and every week we send out, we're doing mugs right now. I'm actually getting a few more designs made. We have 2 right now. This one's healthy, happy, and hot as fuck. And the other one says, if you already had what you want, how would you feel? And the other one, they're going to be some cute ones. They're going to be some cute ones. Okay. All right. Talk to you soon. I'm going to go have a snack and then work on my app. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.